Have you ever felt completely lost in life? Imagine building everything you ever dreamed of, only to be betrayed by the ones you love the most. This is the story of John, a father who faced unimaginable challenges, yet never gave up. This story will inspire you to believe that no matter how dark life gets, there is always a path to success. Introduction. I grew up in a small town in America. My family was poor, and life was a daily struggle. My father worked hard. My mother tried to keep our home together, and I had two brothers and a sister. As children, we never knew what it meant to have enough. Simple joys like a new pair of shoes, toys, or even a proper meal were luxuries we could rarely afford. From a young age, I promised myself that I would break the cycle of poverty, wanted more than survival. I wanted life, love, and the chance to create something meaningful. Little did I know, the journey ahead would test me in ways I never imagined. Part 8. Childhood Struggles. At the age of 8, I remember standing in line at the local soup kitchen, holding my little sister's hand. My brothers and I often skipped school just to find work, helping our family make ends meet. Even at that age, I learned a lesson that would stay with me forever. Life is hard, and nobody will hand you success. You must fight for it. Despite the hardships, I loved my family deeply. We had no money, but we had hope, and that hope kept us going. We played in the streets, created games out of trash, and laughed through tears. But as I grew older, I realized that hope alone would not be enough to escape poverty. Had to work smarter, think bigger, and sacrifice my childhood to secure a better future. I started taking odd jobs at the age of 10, delivering newspapers, washing cars, and helping local stores. Every dollar earned was saved, not spent. Learned the value of money, discipline, and persistence at an age when most kids were only thinking about toys and games. Part 2. Young adulthood and sacrifice. By the time I turned 18, I was determined to leave my small town and chase opportunities elsewhere. Moved to a bigger city, leaving my family behind, and started working multiple jobs. I worked 18 hours a day, sometimes sleeping only 3 or 4 hours, just to save enough to rent a small apartment and start a business someday. Got married young, not because of love alone, but because I wanted to build a family and a home of my own. Life was a constant struggle, balancing work, personal life, and my dreams. Every dollar I earned was invested into my future. Faced countless rejections, failed business attempts, and moments of despair. But each failure taught me a lesson and strengthened my resolve. Over the years, I slowly built a small business, was living proof that hard work, discipline, and relentless focus could change destiny. I thought my struggles were over, but life had another test in store. Part 13. Betrayal and heartbreak. I built a beautiful home, filled it with love, and raised 3 sons. Did everything could to provide them with a better life than I had. But as they grew older, something changed. My sons became disrespectful, careless, and ungrateful. They never appreciated the sacrifices I made for them. One day, I was thrown out of my own house by my children. The very house had built with my blood, sweat, and tears, had nowhere to go, no one to turn to, and yet I had to find a way forward. It was the darkest moment of my life, a heartbreak so deep that words cannot describe it. But even in despair, I refused to give up. I knew that life was still mine to shape, and I could not let bitterness control me. Part 4. The comeback. I moved to a smaller apartment and doubled down on my work, started new businesses, invested wisely, and educated myself on wealth creation. The days were long, the nights even longer, but every small victory fueled my determination. Slowly, I rebuilt my financial empire, turning struggle into success. Years passed, and my children began to realize their mistakes. They came back, apologetic and humbled, instead of holding grudges. I welcomed them with open arms, wanted them to learn the true meaning of resilience, responsibility, and love. Success, I realized, is not just about money. It's about character, perseverance, and forgiveness. Today, I have everything I dreamed of as a child: financial security, a loving family, and peace of mind. But the journey is what matters most. The struggles, the heartbreaks, and the lessons. They shaped me into the man I am today. Part by life lessons and moral. This story is not just mine. It is a lesson for everyone struggling in life. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Sacrifice is necessary for long-term success. Forgiveness and patience are more powerful than anger or resentment. Life will test you, but persistence and positivity can turn setbacks into comebacks. No matter how dark life gets, never give up. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. Every heartbreak is a lesson in resilience. And every struggle is an opportunity to rise stronger. Remember, your story is not defined by the hardships you face. It's defined by how you overcome them. Build, fight, love, forgive, and persevere. That is the true path to success. Closing hook. If you feel inspired by John's story, share it with someone who needs hope today. And remember, your journey is just beginning. Keep pushing. Keep believing. And one day, you will look back and realize that every struggle was worth it.